Every industry will get disrupted. AI or any force of technology, we have to curtail it, or we have to limit it. And no, we have to use this as an opportunity. Economic progress and social good are not opposite forces. So people, progress, and planet, these are very, very apt goals for the India AI Impact Summit, and I fully support it. We will see India which is healthier, which is better educated, and where every Indian has a very, very respectable and good standard of living. But I'm Nitin Seth. I'm the founder and CEO of Incido Inc. Incido is a global leader in digital data and AI consulting, working with some of the largest companies in the world. So first, AI is not new. AI has been in works for at least 40, 50 years. But it was really limited to scientists or data scientists. And it was also limited by data. Now, over the last couple of years, the big revolution or the unlock that has happened is undoubtedly ChatGPT. So ChatGPT did two very important things. The first is that it ingested the data of the world. Okay, that is the basis of LLMs, or technically what we call transformer models. The second is that ChatGPT made it very, very easy to use AI. Now, with AI, every industry will get disrupted. And there are four fundamental forces that AI is unleashing. The first is hyper-personalization. Think about education. Think about education, that so far education has been very classroom driven. Clearly every child's learning orientation and interest are different, but it is one class. Now with AI, you can personalize it for each, the learning opportunity, the learning interaction for each student. Isn't that an amazing opportunity? Education is certainly going to transform with personalization. The second force is automation. And technology has always driven automation, but it was about the task. Now with AI, the automation is also of thought, of decision making, and that is very powerful. And if you combine personalization with automation, it becomes a tremendous force for innovation. And let me give you an example from the healthcare industry. Again, an industry which is so fundamental and is going to transform. Now, the biggest issue in healthcare is drug development. Now, R&D for drug development can take billions of dollars, not millions, but billions of dollars, and it can take 10, 12 years. Now, using AI and using synthetic data, that 10, 12 years is now getting crunched to a year. That is revolutionary. And most importantly, we are seeing the emergence of what are called AI native business models, which are very few people and very quickly you can scale up. We have many examples of startups which have reached 100 million revenue run rate in months. And all of this comes together into the fourth force, which is new business models. With AI and digital before that, the B2C or direct to consumer business model is becoming very, very easy to execute. So what should be India's approach to AI? AI is a huge opportunity for India, but also a huge challenge. Let me just mention the challenge briefly and I'll come to the opportunities. With the challenges that the automation that we spoke about is also going to eat up jobs, especially in the services sector, which has been the growth engine for our country. But equally, as I spoke about earlier, AI will disrupt every industry, and that will create hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of opportunities of solving problems. Another aspect that I want to mention is that so far, the services, our growth has been driven by services. Services will shrink. but there is an opportunity for us, which is to move from being a services nation to being a product nation. And being a product, and we should be confident. We have the technology strength. We also have built a lot of domain strength over the last decades. We should not just assume that we were an execution shop. No, while we were executing, we were also building that domain knowledge. So I think we are very ready now to become a champion in products. Now, for products, I would suggest that there are three types of opportunities for us. The first opportunity is to build products that solve very specific Indian problems. The second opportunity is that these India problems are also the problems for all the developing countries out there, the global south. And there is an opportunity for India to emerge as a leader of that global south, whether it is countries in Africa or Latin America or other parts of Asia. That's a tremendous opportunity, which is to build not just for India, but for the global south and emerge as a technology leader for global south. And the third opportunity is to be really very competitive at a global stage. Why should we limit ourselves only to India and to global south? We should have the ambition of competing and winning on the global stage. These are like three circles, each bigger than other. And the India AI Summit is proving to be that convergence point where all of these three circles are coming together. AI is a tremendous opportunity for India. Think of it as like India's second independence movement. Yes, there is going to be a challenge for about maybe some jobs that we may lose, but there is a tremendous opportunity, A, to move from being a services nation to a product nation. B, it is to really unleash a tsunami of entrepreneurship. And C, how AI can be a force for social good, that it brings prosperity and growth not just to a few, but to the billion plus Indians. But the transformation is not just about technology. It's a much bigger thing. It involves the business model, it involves the organization, and eventually it involves change at a human level. Yeah, these are multiple levels at which change needs to happen. If you're changing only the technology, you're not changing the business model, you're not changing the organization, you're not changing things at the human level, how will impact happen? And that is the crux of what I'm talking about through my three books: Winning in the Digital Age, Mastering the Data Paradox, and my latest, Human Edge in the AI Age. So there are some consistent themes or philosophies across each of these three books, and which I think ties in very well with the broader vision we have for the India AI Summit. Now, the three pillars: people, progress, and planet. I love the three Ps. While we are in an AI age, the human aspect becomes even more important than ever. The challenge in AI age is not AI. The challenge is that while machines are becoming more human than humans, we as humans are becoming more limited. We are becoming more like machines. And for us to not just compete or survive, but thrive in the AI age, we have to reclaim our humanness. So at the people level, while there is a lot around reskilling and upskilling, the main shift we need to make is around the mindset. The second pillar is progress. This progress has to be equitable. This progress cannot be just about a few. It should not just be about big tech, which is pouring in not just billions, but trillions of dollars into technology investment. It should not be that progress is just captured by that. And I think it will not be. While big tech might dominate the infrastructure, but finally the value creation will happen through applications that are built on the infrastructure. That applications, building those applications is an opportunity for Bharat. It's an opportunity for Global South, and that is what we have to really, really focus on with our objectives of the India AI Summit, that how do we create that infrastructure which drives that growth in that application layer and which will drive that equitable progress, not for a few, but millions, hundreds of millions. And finally, the planet, which is getting ignored in this debate. And I really do worry a lot about it. The current nature of the AI technology is such that it consumes a lot of compute and storage. And especially as AI use cases are now getting deployed at scale, the data center requirements are going through the roof. So much so that the recent business plans for data centers are not for building them on Earth, but building them in space. Now, that tells you how crazy the whole situation is. Again, that's an opportunity for India because the American model of AI is very, very capital and therefore energy intensive. It's an opportunity for India to leverage our traditional strengths around frugal innovation. That is what we have been known for, Jugaad, to leverage our strengths in frugal innovation and develop more efficient models, which will also be a lot more sustainable for the planet. So people, progress, and planet, these are very, very apt goals for the India AI Summit, and I fully support them. I very much envisage India to be a global leader in AI over the next 10 years, and India leapfrogging not just on GDP basis. Yes, we should leapfrog on GDP basis as well. I would want India not just to be number 3, which we will definitely get to, but really compete with US and China very directly. So we are one of our goals should be that from an economic progress perspective, we are up there with the US and China, and that growth is driven by AI. Number 2, talking about AI, I would like us to move from being services nation to becoming a product nation which is building products for India, for solving our unique problems, which is building for global south, but it is also competitive globally. Number 3, this entrepreneurship is not for a few. This entrepreneurship is spread across the country. That is the future of India that I envisage. That is the Viksit Bharat, where entrepreneurs are going to come from every part of the country. They are going to come from what we today see as tier 3 and tier 4. I think the slogan that I would like to give and what I would like to see become a reality is Har Ghar Vyapar. Har Ghar Vyapar, that entrepreneurship is not for a few, it should be for everybody. And the final point is that the India AI mission is that enabler which is making this happen, which is providing the infrastructure and the enabling ecosystem to make all of this happen. This, of course, is about compute. This, of course, is about data. But most importantly, how are we providing the ecosystem and the encouragement and the role model for our talent, for our people, for them to shift their mindset from jobs to entrepreneurship, and for that to become a national phenomenon. And along with all of the 4 points that I mentioned, there is a fifth, and perhaps that is the most important point, which is about social good, social equality, social justice. And I am very, very hopeful that AI will see India not just win on GDP, not just win on entrepreneurship, but it will be a great force for driving social good, social justice. And we will see India which is healthier, which is better educated, and where every Indian has a very, very respectable and good standard of living. Economic progress and social good are not opposite forces. And this is something I feel very, very strongly about. Of course, as the most populous country in the world and historically a developing country, driving equitable growth is paramount for us. And sometimes that objective means that AI or any force of technology, we have to curtail it, or we have to limit it. And no, no, we have to use this as an opportunity. AI is such a powerful force that it is going to happen whether we like it or not. In conclusion, I will say that India's AI story will not be driven by just automation. It will be driven by how we use AI as a force of expanding opportunities for our billion plus Indians. So my message really is that AI is a tremendous opportunity. Let us embrace it. Let us embrace it as an opportunity. And India AI Summit is doing a tremendous job on this front, and let's all join in that mission.